Yes, we have to start with a clean palette. So hopefully you got your bases on or your BB cream mixed with your moisturizers, that kind of thing. So we're going to get started and that kind of stuff. So I'm sure y'all remember the essential brushes I taught y'all about, which are the softer ones. It's some music on here. I'm just kidding. No, I like this song, but you ever have a song that reminds you of somebody like an ex-boyfriend, that kind of stuff. Oh, that's cool. I was trying to get an alert off the screen. Never went. Anyway, don't you like that? It's like their favorite, and then you're like, oh, that's depressing. Oh, he's thinking about me, or he wants me to die slow. That's cool. Probably die slow. I'm not sure. Anyway, so we're gonna use like our brushes that are like really soft like this because remember it covers better coverage on your face, doesn't cause crow's feet, that kind of thing. So let's get started with that. God, this is depressing. I'm not gonna lie about it. My little toboggan thing back here. Oh. It's actually a pretty good song though, but then you're like, ah, he wants me to dance. Nate. Probably wants me to die slow. It'd be cool if he liked me though. Anyway, so I'm about to change this. Alright, and I like the circular motions, but like I've told you before, sometimes we don't have time for all that. Alright, now we're gonna take, you remember the toothbrush type thing? You gotta get all that stuff out of your eyebrows and stuff. I like, you can use like a regular whatever. I go with a toothbrush. It's like, a lot of us are ballers on budgets. I mean, come on now. Alright, that's gotta go. It's depressing. Anyways, I'm a rock star. What can I say about it? I'm playing. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get another one of our little soft brushes to make sure it's soft. And I think I told y'all before we start, eyes are like the nipples of the face and a fair style. So we've got to get up in there like this. We got to get in there. We got to get all around in here. And this is kind of a review from what I've taught y'all before. And this is like the easiest smoky eye ever. And I'm going to teach you how to do it, day jobbers. Remember, we learned about that. And remember, I'm going to teach y'all probably maybe either midweek or in the next week, like how to do the lazy girl beach waves. Like especially if you're like the working mom, that type of stuff. Got kids. Which that's me. I'm awake. Now sometimes I like to go in and like fine tune it just a little bit more. Because sometimes, let's say if you didn't go get your eyebrows waxed, that can be an issue. You gotta make sure you get that crap covered up right there. Oh, there we go, it's fixed. I'm just kidding. Alright, so now we're gonna go in. Remember what I said, we need to use like a auto pen. I like using an auto pen that's kind of like a soft. Okay, let's see, where's my soft? Oh, there it is. Okay, so the auto pens, you can go in and you can maneuver them really good, easy. So I like using a thicker one sometimes, especially if like, I don't have like a lot of time. Y'all see that? So I'm getting good coverage right there and it's smoothing out pretty good. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You can have pretty much, you can probably mess up pretty good and I'll show you how to smooth it out. And like I've told y'all before, do not use the liquid liners. I don't like liquid liners. The only reason why, if you're like a normal person and not like, I'm just kidding. If you're like a lot of people who don't have this kind of like million-hour time, which, like I said, I'm going to run this video all the way through. We're going to show you how long it takes. Then these liquid liners and stuff, I mean, you're just going to be sitting there constantly pulling at your face. And you're like, what the heck? Like, that, we're going nowhere with this. So you can do the 2 pins that I've taught you about. You can be an artiste. We can use the edge of a brush. I like being an artiste. Smoothing that thing out this way. Smooth that thing out. And whenever you're using that auto pin, remember, do not get the bottom of your lid. Like, don't go down in here. Don't go in that bottom part. Because you're smoothing it out and bringing it in. That's how you're going to make that V. So I'm taking that V and I'm connecting it in right there. Look at that. So sometimes you can get out of hand. You can be like, whoa, what'd I do? I'm going to show you how to fix that. Oh, I love this song. We should all get a cool car and we should just ride around. Just kidding. So anyway, we're going to go like this. Alright, you see how that kind of made that V? See what I mean? Check it, dude. Alright, now watch this. You can go over here. Same thing and match them up. Look. So I'm just like using what I've got going on here, connecting it in. See that? And this is like so easy. Connecting that. Especially if, like I said, you have that auto pin. Now I can get more in depth with it next week, and I'll show y'all some like more like night looks, like where you can be like, ah, like I'm a lioness. Anyway, so, all right, now I got another soft brush because, you know, I've got you people that are like, oh, I can't do that, that's too much. Ah, remember, we're gonna use mattes. We don't need to use anything with too much shine and sparkle, because what happens, oh my God, we look scary. Oh God, we look like, you know, we're trying to be like 10. All right, so this is like to kind of calm it down, because some people are like, oh, that's too much, Jess, what am I doing? You calm it down right here in this, right on that bone too, by the way. You know, this like bone thing right in here that's like kind of sticks out right there. Now I know like a lot of people that professionally went to school for makeup. Okay, I did too. I'm explaining it in the easiest way possible for people at home to understand. I'm not going to use big, huge words that go over everybody's head. And also, I don't care who your mama is. I think my older sister is the best makeup artist of them all. And I had to stalk her a lot to figure out how to do a lot of stuff. I'm just kidding. Sorry, Erica. I did have to stalk you. You do really good makeup. But she doesn't do it anymore. I don't know. Anyway, so this, you know how I like to go in and fine tune mine just a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to go in like this. And I like to make mine a little bit more dramatic than some because I'm a weirdo. See? It's right there at the edge. This, can y'all see that? Fine tune it. Now if you can't get that line straight, let me go like this. Straighten out your line at the end. I love the CoverGirl one because this like little thing at the end or whatever, they've had it since, like, I'm serious, since I wore scrunchies in my hair. Like, I probably have one now. I'm just kidding, I have a clip in there, but I have one on the forehead. But anyway, they've had them since I was a little kid, and they like smooth your eye out so good, and it doesn't have so much like of that hard crap in there that you're like sitting there like, ah, pulling it around, it hurts. See, look at that. Pretty. Okay, ready? All right, so now I'm gonna go back in. Remember, softness, or I'm either gonna go back in with this softness. It just depends. I don't use a lot of base. I use a lot of like maybe like a little bit of a tinted moisturizer, that kind of stuff. That's why I did that before. That's why I use like different powders, kind of mix them around. I like a matte, and it's really hard for me to find a lot of stuff that's non-comedogenic, non-hypoallergenic stuff. So that's what you want to kind of stick to, because you're gonna have like a lot of zits. I like stuff to stay on top of my skin. That's why I use these, and I like to do it in a circular motion. Base and everything like that makes me feel tied down. I know, it's weird. I feel like I can't escape. But you do want something underneath your powder for everything to stick to, though. I mean, it's just like, if it's not, where do you think it's going to go? It's going to go south. Just like everything else in your body as you age. Just goes south. I have no idea where that came from. Anyways, so see how I'm doing that circular motion up in here, and then I'm cleaning this up down here, because sometimes we tend to get like, you know, the eyeshadow and all that kind of stuff right in there. Coolness. So the eyes are done. See how easy that is? All right, now as far as the blush goes, a lot of people they'll put mascara on, some chapstick, and go. They're finished, right? I go the extra mile. I like doing like a little bit of some blush. All right, blush is better if you do it kind of like a check mark. Kind of gives me a little bit of color. All right, now as far as mascaras go, a lot of people like the Maybelline, the old school, the pink and the black. It's got the pink at the bottom, it's the black top. I like a curved brush, and I'm sorry, I'm a Rimmel girl. I like the Rimmel, the thick, scandalous eyes. A lot of people are like, oh, it's cheap. I'm like, I don't care. I like it. Sorry, I saw eyelash. Look at that. Check that out, right? Cool. All right, now, since my eyes are done up, I don't like to do my lips up too much, because I think I've told you before, to me, when I do too much on all that, it makes me feel like I'm gonna go and work a corner somewhere. It's very, it's very weird feeling. So I use a tinted chapstick, and you can only really find this at Sally's. I know it's weird. Boom. If it looks too light, I like kind of sometimes I'll add like, I have all kind of like weird lipsticks. I'm like, oh, it's a little clearer, it's cool looking, oh, I like it. I mix it with something. Usually I'll hit the bottom of my eyelid, like I'll hit that little bottom part, you know. I usually do it before now, I just thought about the part. That's what I'll use that liquid for. Look, this is what it should be made for, I think. Look at this. Right there. That way you don't mess up anything you've done. Because sometimes you'll go in there and you'll be like, oh, game over. There went my awesome eye just finished. And then you're like, oh, I'm going to be late for work. Like, oh, God. And then it's over with. You know what I'm saying? Then it's finished. The whole day's ruined. All right, guys. So there's your look.